Hi, Melanie Dawn here, and I'm going to talk to you today about the energy that exists within your hands. We use our hands every day to carry out tasks. I don't know what I would do without my hands. I literally, if I end up having to tensor or wrap a hand, life is extremely uncomfortable. But they do more than just make life easy. Our hands are actually portals of energy, and the palms in particular have a really strong amount of energy centered into the palm. And each side of our body corresponds to a particular frequency of energy. Our left side is known as our feminine side, and our right side is known as our masculine side. So when we take that into account with our hands, the feminine side has the energy of receiving, and the masculine has the energy of giving. So using your left palm to receive energy and using your right palm to give energy. There are a few different examples that I want to give to you of your innate knowing of how our hands are healers. Think about any time you have stubbed your toe, smashed your elbow, smashed your shin bone, anytime you've been in a significant amount of pain, what is the first thing that you do? We immediately cover it with our hand. We go straight to the source of the pain and cover it with our hand. And we use pressure, which is in its own healing way, a distraction from the pain to bring pressure into it. But also there's an energetic frequency of healing that our hand is doing innately. We know our hands are healers. Using our hands to heal has been something that we have done for generations, lifetimes, going into forgotten or discarded knowledge of the matriarchy. Healing with our hands is built into us. One way that you can use this power of knowing about the energy of the hands is even just looking at how either yourself or someone that you're around is placing, what they're doing with their hands, how they're holding their hands. Many of us guard with our hands. So if we're standing, we'll often, probably out of whack here, we'll often cross our arms over, which is known as the solar plexus chakra, and I'll make a separate video on this as well. But we use our arms over this place as the solar plexus is our identity. This is the costumes that we wear, the roles that we play, how we identify ourselves with is not the true essence of who we are. This is typically all stuff that can be taken away from us, like a job identity, a familial identity, relationship role. All of those can shift and change. And if any of that happens, then this chakra goes into crisis. So if this is happening, there's likely discomfort between you and the person whose arms are crossed, or if it's you, your arms are crossed. I noticed that I did that a lot at the beginning of my yoga teacher training. I was protecting and I was going into the yoga teacher voice and the yoga teacher role. So I was really guarding who I was and protecting. Another place that we tend to hold our hands is down on our low belly towards our, just underneath the belly button. It's called the sacral chakra. This is our spontaneity, our joy, really the zest for life. When you hear that old saying, they really have a fire in their belly, that's down there. And so they may be in a state of not knowing who they are, what their passions are, so guarding in that sense as well. Those are a few different ways that it can show up. And I will do another video on this if you are an energy worker as to where your clients place their hands when you're working in a session. So that will be, I'll probably follow up this video with that one. When you're looking for a crystal or wanting to pull a tarot card or doing anything that takes a heightened sense of intuition, use your left hand. If you have the crystals spread out all in front of you, you could close your eyes and use your left hand and just see where there is heat coming. And so this hand is sensing any kind of heat that's coming, and we want to be paying attention to that. To me, it's heat. For you, it may be a density or whatever translates as this is the one to you, how you feel it. So if I'm using my hand, I'm going along. For me, I'm looking for spikes of heat to hit my palm, and then I know that's the one. That's the one that's meant for me. Another way that you can use energy in the palms as a practice is to receive the energy of the heart with the left hand, and then use the right hand to place it anywhere in your body that needs a little bit of healing. If you've injured your shoulder, maybe you take your right hand. And so you're taking the energy of the heart and then giving it to the shoulder. Maybe it's this one. And you don't have to have direct contact with energy work. You could even hover above and just close your eyes and imagine as though the energy of the heart is going into the shoulder. And you can use the energy of your hands to move, or the intuition and energy channels of your hands to move energy between the chakras. So if you know that you are going through a little bit of an identity crisis, maybe you want to take more energy from the heart and bring it into the essence of the solar plexus chakra and just breathing there. Or if you are going into levels of anxiety, mental thoughts get trapped. When we disconnect from source, we feel separate from everyone else. And this disconnect, I want to show you. So the crown chakra floats above the top of your head here, which is the crown of the head. This is the crown chakra. It is separate and apart from our physical self, but belongs inside our energy body. So outside of me is still me. I identify as the energy layer that surrounds me, and that's where my crown chakra sits. If I get blocked off or cut off from source, this can happen when something very traumatic happens to us and we disconnect from believing that there is a higher power, or disconnect from faith itself, or if we're in a really strong place of judgment towards ourselves and pushing that out on others. Anytime judgment is involved, separation is involved, and that means that we're disconnected and cut off from source. If that happens, I'm going to take my right palm and place it over top of my heart. And then I'm going to take my left hand and place it over top of my crown chakra. So then I'm taking the wisdom of my crown chakra and bringing it back into my heart, reminding me that I'm still always connected. If you're someone who spends a lot of time inside of dreamland, or again, getting caught in the mental body of emotions and endless thoughts without any physical action, we are very balanced creatures by nature. We are meant to be equal parts of spirit, equal parts human. And that also means that all of these thoughts, downloads, intuitive ideas, and intuitions that come in, they are meant to be acted out through our physical self. We can get caught up in the I'm not good enough, I shouldn't be here, I don't belong. All of that is part of our human self. So bringing us back into this grounded, connected self. I like to take my left palm and bring it down to my root, which is for females and males, just anywhere in the genital area. You can place a hand on your hip, and then take your right hand and place it on the crown. And this is creating like a circle of energy between the two, which is balancing us out. So we're creating a loop. I am equal parts human, equal parts spirit. I am grounded and connected. I am heaven and earth. And that can be your mantra as you, I'll show you where my hand is down here. So just down into your pelvic region, and then one hand on the crown. I am equal parts human, equal parts spirit. I am grounded and connected. I am heaven and earth. I must act on what I think if it is serving me. I'm just breathing into those spaces. For me, I love to use left hand energy when I draw my cards out. And if I'm laying out a spread, just having students come through and feel with their left hand and then in choosing that way. And they may even want to have one right hand on their heart, is like, which one is right for me? Which one is right for me? So those are the secrets of your hands and how they function and the energetic portals. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comments or visit my website at www.melaniedonyoga.com and sign up for one of my Reiki trainings, because I talk a lot about this in those, and you can do that both online, or if you happen to be local and live at the foot of the mountain like I do, you can join me in person.